Hang on, slowing down pit stops? Why? What's the point? This might be the stupidest thing I'll read all week, and it's not from a salty F1 fan on Facebook. Anyway, roll titles. Welcome to 2021, where we're now at a point where the line between something actually happening and being a bit of satire is very, very fine. I'm now having to triple check articles in Private Eye on the Onion, just in case. So when the FIA announced that from the Hungarian Grand Prix onwards teams will be limited on pit stops, I had to triple check that to make sure it wasn't a joke. It isn't. So why are they doing it? The FIA claims it's to ensure that the pit stops aren't automated. And I know what you're now thinking. How the actual fuck does that work? Now the FIA has said that from the Hungarian Grand Prix, pit stop procedures must have a tolerance built in to allow for human reaction times. Those figures are 0.15 seconds from the wheel nut being tight to the jackman being told to drop the car, and then 0.2 seconds from the jacks going down to the driver getting the green light to go. It's a bit like the computerized sensors they put in starting blocks at the Olympics to make sure that Usain Bolt hasn't gone too early. In the FIA's own words, it's all to make sure that the teams aren't using wheel guns with sensors on them that will automatically activate when they come into contact with the wheel nut. Apparently. It's in Article 12.84 of the Technical Regulations. Devices which are used to fit or remove wheel fasteners can only be powered by compressed air or nitrogen. Any sensors must act passively. Translation: the human holding the gun has to activate said gun as opposed to a computer on the gun. It's actually not for safety, but more to stop more alleged cheating. But it's funny. Looking at this across all the motorsport news article websites, motorsport.com via Jalopnik are saying that it's not targeted at a certain team. RaceFans is saying that it is targeted at a certain team. A team whose name probably rhymes with bed pull. Now it is going to be the team that consistently pumps in the fast pit stop times that are going to be looked at, but it's not just Red Bull. There are other teams allegedly trying this as well. So this is a bit more complex than the go-to comment on this video, which will probably be Toto's crying. And now the FIA is thinking that this new method will slow down pit stops by about 2 to 3 tenths every pit stop. But if you want to slow down pit stops, just bring back the dude with the lollipop. Wanging that thing around will lose you more than enough time. But the big question is, how do you police this? Computers in the guns, timestamps on a camera, the overall time to complete the stop? There's been little to no communication on this. Let's face it, the modern F1 pit stop is a marvel. The car comes in, it stops, the car goes up, the tyres come off, the new tyres go on, the car is dropped and off it fucks. It's actually taken me nearly 3 times as long to describe the pit stop than it takes to do it for real. Every single man and woman on that 20 or so crew does their job, choreographed to the microsecond through thousands and thousands of hours of repeated practice. Nowhere in any other motorsport does it happen so quickly. I believe in IndyCar there is one guy per side, and in some endurance series it's one man or woman, it's 2021, that does all 4 tyres. In other series there's only a certain amount of people allowed in the pit area, and in case of driver swaps, drivers can be expected to do bits and pieces on the car like hook up the drink tube, the radio and buckle the new driver in. In British GT, they make the driver get out the car while fuel goes in, all for safety. Only, and only in Formula 1 do we see pit stops like this. It's part of what makes F1 awesome. The fact that it's so precise and that it is much of the work and the mechanics in the pit stops that can get the team the win as it is the drivers on the track. It's the pinnacle of what humans can do with 4-wheel machines. Leave it alone. Admittedly, it's 2 or 3 tenths. It's not like a second that they're going to lose or they're reducing the amount of people that can work on the car at one time. It's the fact that you're now forcing mechanics to work slower in an arena that prides itself on being the fastest. It just sounds counterproductive to me. So anyway, a quick video on my thoughts on this new rule about slowing down pit stops in Formula 1. What do you think? Stupid? Or does the FIA have a point about all this automation stuff? Leave any thoughts in the comments and get a discussion going. It is, after all, why this series exists, and I do have a lot of fun with it. So if you now know what the hell is going on, click the like button so I know I've done a good job, and for more reactions to motorsport news and using sim racing to explain the real world of motorsport, click subscribe with the bell on so you get all the latest. Big thanks to the patrons of Patreon for their continued support, and also thanks to the guys at the race that provided the B-roll for this video. They actually gave it to me a few months ago, and I've not really had a reason to use it until now. So, yeah, thank you to the patrons, thank you to the race, and thank you for watching. I've gone totally off script, but I'll leave all the relevant links and stuff like that in the description box for you so you can join Discord and all that. So until next time, I've been Millward. Have a great day wherever you are, and goodbye.